Addiction. Compulsive physiological and psychological need for a habit-forming substance. He's acknowledged as one of the greatest guitarists in rock and roll, but Keith Richards is even more legendary for his ability to survive the rock and roll lifestyle, with his excessive consumption of drugs and alcohol well documented. To the general public, this drugstore cowboy is better known for his drug-related outlaw image than for his songwriting contributions for the Rolling Stones. Discussing his drug use in a 1971 interview for Rolling Stone magazine, Keith expressed no regret about the heroin addiction that almost destroyed his life and music career. He has survived heroin addiction, a night in jail, and extreme partying during his time as a founding member of one of the biggest bands in the world. And now in his mid-60s, he probably thought that his most scandalous days had passed. Now he can add surviving brain surgery to the list, having suffered serious head injuries after reportedly falling out of a coconut tree while holidaying in Fiji. But in true Keith Richards style, he bounced back bigger and better than ever.
I'm feeling great. Look, you take a look at the man, you know. Yeah, no, I'm cool.
One of the most notorious episodes in the Rolling Stones' history occurred in 1967 with a drugs bust at Keith's home, with the rock legend charged with allowing his house to be used for consumption of drugs. Both he and bandmate Mick Jagger appeared before the magistrate's court, with Keith sentenced to a year in prison. But the two had their convictions thrown out on appeal, but not before spending a night in jail. The guitarist had more serious concerns in 1977, arrested for heroin and cocaine possession and charged with importing narcotics, an offence with a minimum sentence of 7 years in jail. Despite having spent much of the previous year undergoing a series of drug therapies to help withdraw from heroin, he narrowly escaped jail and received a suspended sentence, as well as ordered to play 2 free concerts for a local charity. While Keith lives up to the band's bad boy image, with hard partying and indestructibility now his hallmarks, he still moves with the energy of a man half his age.
And then it happens so quick that, I mean, really, 1 minute you can't get laid, and the next minute there's 3,000 chicks throwing their panties at you, and you're going, oh, whoa, what happened? I'll wake up in a minute.
While he has now conquered his addiction to drugs, his battle with alcoholism continues. With Johnny Depp basing his eccentric character Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean films on Keith, the veteran rocker agreed to do a cameo in the 3rd film, but reportedly turned up too drunk on the film's set. It was during the lowest point of his drug addiction that he met the woman he credits with turning his life around, New York model Patty Hansen. The couple were married in 1983 and have 2 daughters. In an effort to turn his life around and stay sober, Keith constantly wears a bracelet that resembles a pair of handcuffs created from an old keychain, as a reminder that he never wants to be arrested again. Notorious for his legendary substance abuse, the Rolling Stone star has lived the archetypal rock and roll myth. Still successful after a life of sex, drugs and rock and roll, Keith Richards continues to defy the odds. Having taken more illicit substances and drank enough Jack Daniels to kill the average person, this drugstore cowboy's history of arrests and drug abuse in younger years has given him the reputation as rock and roll's ultimate survivor.